Hello everyone and welcome to this session on Core Java Concepts. In this video, we'll explore arrays in Java, one of the most important topics for beginners. Over the next few minutes, we'll cover what arrays are, why they're useful, look at some code, and finally see the output in action. By the end, you'll clearly understand how arrays work and how they make programming easier. Let's begin with the basics. An array is a collection of elements that all have the same data type. These elements are stored next to each other in memory, so the computer can access them very quickly. Why do we need arrays? Imagine you want to store the marks of 50 students. Without arrays, you would need 50 different variables, which is messy and hard to manage. But with arrays, you can store all those marks in a single variable. So arrays make programs shorter, more readable, and more efficient. Now let's go a little deeper into the concept. Arrays in Java have a fixed size, meaning that once you create an array of 5 elements, you cannot increase or decrease its size later. Arrays can store both primitive types like int, double, or char, and even objects like string. The most important thing about arrays is that their elements are accessed using an index. This index always starts from 0. For example, if we store marks as 85, 90, 78, then mark 0 gives 85, marks 1 gives 90, marks 2 gives 78 gives 90, and marks 2 gives 78. This makes it easy to loop through arrays and process multiple values quickly. Now, let's look at the Java program. Here, we declare an array of integers called marks and initialize it with 5 values: 85, 90, 78, 88, and 92. Next, we print each mark using a for loop. Notice how the loop runs from index 0 to marks.length minus 1. The length property gives us the size of the array, which is very useful. Then we calculate the total sum of all marks using an enhanced for loop, also called the for each loop. This loop is simpler when we just want to process each element without worrying about the index. Finally, we divide the sum by the number of elements to calculate the average marks. This small program demonstrates how arrays help us manage multiple values in a clean and organized way. Here is the output of the program when we run it. The program prints each mark one by one: 85, 90, 78, 88, and 92. After that, it prints the average marks, which comes out to 86.6. This is a great example of how arrays can hold multiple values and how we can perform calculations on them easily. If we had 100 students, we would only need to change the size of the array and enter the marks, and the same logic would still work. This shows the power of arrays in simplifying repetitive tasks. To wrap up, let's recap what we learned. Arrays allow us to store multiple values in a single variable instead of creating many separate variables. They are fixed in size, but they make programs efficient, clean, and easier to maintain. In our example, we used an array to store student marks, displayed each mark using a loop, and calculated the average. This is a very common real-world use case in student management systems, grading systems, and even in larger applications like databases. Arrays form the foundation for more advanced data structures in Java, such as lists and collections. So, understanding arrays is the first step toward mastering data handling in programming. Thank you for watching this video. If you found it helpful, please like the video, share it with your friends, and subscribe for more Java tutorials.